So, yeah, first thing I want to talk about really is the slating of players, and just give my input on why I believe that sometimes players deserve to come in for criticism, and other times why criticism may or may not be premature. Now, one player I do want to mention is somebody that I absolutely love, and somebody that I loved before we signed him. That player is Benjamin Mendy, the French left wing-back. I see him more as a left midfielder in the attacking phase. There's a misconception that Benjamin Mendy, because he's playing in the back four at City, is a left back. To me, that is completely untrue. Much better going forward. I'm sure everybody that watches City agrees that he is. And defensively, he's often described as a bit of a liability. And that, for me, is probably because he's not a defender. Because maybe in his younger years he was wrongly labelled as a defender and actually isn't a defender. Now, Benjamin Mendy comes in for a lot of criticism from City fans. And over the recent years, he's had a few injuries that have undoubtedly hindered his development, not only as a player, but as a Manchester City player under Pep Guardiola. Now, when we first signed Benjamin Mendy, he was playing in a 3-5-2. We had three decent and strong centre-halves, Vincent Kompany being one of them, although Vincent was injured, and John Stones, Otamendi would step in there and help out alongside other defenders like Ilya-Quim, Mangala and the like. But when Benjamin Mendy signed, he was playing as a left wing-back, primarily concentrating on going forward because we had three centre-halves at the back, and Walker was allowed to roam up and down that right-hand side as well, focusing, shall I say, on that attacking phase on the right-hand side. And Benjamin Mendy, unfortunately, at the moment, is playing as a left-back, and he doesn't look comfortable in doing so. And that, for me, is the reason why he isn't playing as well as you are maybe expecting him to be playing. And it is exactly down to the reasons why or what I stated a minute ago. And that is down to the fact that he probably isn't a defender. And he's just been told he's a defender and had to basically put up with that. And the fact that we've not got three strong centre-halves at the moment. And Benjamin Mendy has to play alongside two centre-halves and play as a left-back, otherwise Zinchenko will do that job. He also, though, not being a left-back, him being a number 10 when we signed him from FC Ufa. And I believe Mendy will be best in a 3-5-2. Same goes for Cancelo and Walker on that right-hand side. We've definitely not seen the best of Joao Cancelo because he was playing in a 3-5-2 at Juventus. And when Juventus were playing back four, a central midfielder would, a central defensive midfielder would drop back, into a back three. The two centre backs, Bonucci and Chiellini, would split, allowing that holding midfielder to come back into a back three, allowing Cancelo and Alexandro to bomb forward for Juventus. That isn't something that we have tried to do this year. Not something that we've been able to do this year because of obviously losing Vincent Kompany and the fact that we've not got strong enough centre-halves to play a back three without believing that would be a lot weaker. Now, Joao Cancelo and Benjamin Mendy for me would be much better in a 3-5-2 formation, primarily focusing on going forward. But the 3-5-2 formation doesn't always have to be the 3-5-2 formation. Now, that might not make any sense to many people, but the 3-5-2 can be adapted into a 3-4-1-2 with an attacking midfielder and two centre forwards or two strikers, or a centre forward and a striker. Or it can also be adapted into a 3-4-2-1 with two inside forwards, allowing more overlapping from the wing backs or wide midfielders in the four, and with one target man or one pivot player up front, which would most likely be Sergio Aguero, allowing players like Sterling, Mahrez as an inside forward, for example, even Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva being able to run in behind and run them channels and play off Aguero. Now, when Mendy was at Monaco, Benjamin Mendy was playing on the left, and Djibril Sidibe, the right wing-back at the time for Monaco, was playing on the right, of course. And they had Jemison, Glick and another player called Raggy at the back, and we played them in the Champions League, and Benjamin Mendy and Sidibe were both absolutely unbelievable in that game. They were practically higher than the forwards in that game, with the forwards coming inside, or the wing forwards coming inside, with Mendy and Sidibe overlapping and underlapping at times as well, and cutting the ball back with ferocious power and fantastic crossing ability and accuracy. And we've not been able to see Benjamin Mendy doing that since that opening season, where he had a number of assists in the opening couple of games of the season. And until Benjamin Mendy can play in that position again, I don't think we're going to see the best Benjamin Mendy, or for that matter, the best Joao. Now, when Benjamin Mendy and Djibril Sidibe were playing at Monaco, in that wonderful Monaco team that played against us in the Champions League, they weren't just playing in a strict 3-5-2. That formation could have been moulded into a 3-4-1-2 with an attacking midfielder, most likely Bernardo Silva, playing just behind Mbappe and Falcao at the time, or it could be moulded into a 3-4-2-1 with two inside forwards behind Falcao, and Mendy and Sidibe were both playing as wide midfielders. Now, a lot of City fans will be wondering, well, you know, we don't play a 3-5-2, or a 3-5-2 wouldn't work for us because of the players that we have. Would players be wasted? Well, you can also turn it into a 3-4-3. And what I mean by that is you can play what you play in a 3-4-2-1 or a 3-4-1-2, but you just have your wingers instead of inside forwards playing in the team. So what you'd have is, you'd have maybe, for example, Sterling on the left and Mahrez on the right, with your wing backs of Joao, Cancelo and Benjamin Mendy, and your back three, and then you could play any of two midfielders, probably Fernandinho and David Silva, or a Gundogan. Obviously Silva's going to be leaving us now, but you get my drift, or a Rodri, for example, and then you play Kevin De Bruyne in front if you're playing the 3-4-1-2. Or you could play Phil Foden in there as the attacking midfielder. If you're playing at the 3-4-2-1, you could play Mahrez and Sterling as inside forwards, playing off Aguero or Jesus. You could even play Jesus as a winger in the 3-4-3, and Mahrez on the right in a 3-4-3. You could rotate that many players in these systems with them being so fluid. And one of the primary focuses will be that you'll be getting the best out of your attacking fullbacks / right midfielder, left midfielder, and they would give you so much more attacking intent with less defensive responsibility, less mistakes, and I just personally believe that it will be a fantastic solution to the problems that we've seen defensively, whilst also being able to incorporate a new or two new centre backs and see the club flourish going forward. So all I'll say to you guys is be patient. Let us sign the new centre-halves that we need. Let us strengthen that back line and hopefully be able then to play a back three and allow Mendy and Cancelo the freedom that they need in the attacking phase to really showcase what they can do, because I do believe that the defensive responsibilities that are being put on both of them are hindering their development going forward and hindering their development as players, because they aren't able to focus on their strengths, which for me are being attacking wide midfielders or attacking fullbacks for that matter. It's never any harm to criticise a player if they do something wrong, or to Mendy, other players in the squad that maybe do come in for criticism and deserve that criticism. But sometimes it's better to sit back and rethink what could be different. What would that player need to be better? What could Guardiola do to allow that player to be a better player? Is it all as it seems? Is it always as it seems? Is there things that could be done in terms of possession for that player to be better? And things along them lines. And maybe just, like I say, rethink the Benjamin Mendy criticisms and criticisms of other players, because maybe they'd be better in a different formation, a different system, that right now, without the players that we need to strengthen the squad, Guardiola is restricted to being able to choose and play, and other players might be able to play better in other positions. And like I said, right now, that can't be done because we haven't got the other players in the squad to allow that and facilitate that to happen. If we do sign two really good centre-halves, believe me, you will see the Benjamin Mendy from Monaco, and I guarantee you'll definitely be taking your criticism back. At the end of the day, we're all Blues, and we want all our players to be fantastic when they're with us. And I'm sure that if Mendy gets the chance to play in a 3-5-2 with a 5 at the back when defending, Benjamin Mendy will be one of the best left backs in the country, if not the world, and you will definitely enjoy watching him. Thanks for watching tonight. Our 13th Man on Twitter. Make sure you follow me if you don't already. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to do the next one.